Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to What Are You Painting Now? We're going to be painting a galaxy onto a 2x2 board that we have just painted up white, just with some plain old hardware spray paint. Alright, let's get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. So, here we are. And what we do is, we just grab any old colour we want to begin off with. But of course, we want some actual colour, and we just do up some patterns. And what we do is, we try to make it so that there is no actual brush strokes within. So, there we go. That's pretty much all that we're doing throughout this. Alright, so, what we want to do is we want to get an effect where there's no brush strokes, and all we want to do is get the whole thing coloured. So we want to paint this whole board, right? Now, there's many different ways you can go about by doing galaxy effects. There's all sorts of colours you can try out. Now, it's my personal opinion that it's the blues and the greens that come out looking the best. Often pinks will come up quite nicely as well, but I tried out an orange effect and I don't think that it came out as well as the rest of them. But there's all sorts of things that you can do. So, how do you get rid of those brushstrokes effects? So, as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm just putting some paint on the board, and I'm not being particularly skilled about it. I'm just throwing some stuff in there and just going for it. Alright, well, there's a couple of different things that you can do. First off, you can just add some water to the mixture there, and there's plenty of water in my mixes here. And the reason that I've put plenty of water into it is because what we want to do is we want to have something nice and flowing. We don't want to have those appearances of brush strokes throughout. But there are all sorts of things that we can do. We can mix the colours, we can do patterns if we want, or we can try and remove paint with other brushes to give that appearance of something, because that's how the gas clouds are in those nebulas. You can draw patterns like so, give that effect of something spreading out throughout the gas, which has more resistance in some areas and less resistance in others. It's pretty simple. Another technique that you might want to try out is that of using it like watercolors, just adding a bit of, color to the mix and just going for it. Just mixing that together so that it gives a patterned appearance. You'll see that up in a moment. So there we go. There it is, just a patterned appearance. And you give that whole gassy effect that comes from it. Things oozing out, spreading out. And all we're doing right now is we're just going through the whole thing. We're just painting all of it up. And we're going to do all of it, and we're going to try out whatever techniques you like. Doesn't matter what you do here. There's no such thing as mistakes here. See, I just tried that out and it came out quite nicely. There's no such thing as mistakes with this, just happy little accidents. Alright, so we're going along pretty smoothly on this one. So I'm going to switch over to the next one once it's all painted up, and you guys can have a look at how it looks. Alright, let's do that. So, here we are, just one moment, and that's how it looks. And just get some black spray and spray it up. The moment you've sprayed it up, all you do, just get a blow dryer and dry it all off. You can do it relatively quickly. There it is. Look at that. So, all of those bits of white are all covered up now. All of those colours underneath, they're showing through like nebulas do. Alright, so now it comes to stars. How do you want to do stars really quickly? Well, my good friend Roman, he thinks that you should paint them on individually, but he does it for miniatures, and we're doing it for a big 2x2 board. So let's do it up for a 2x2 board, and what we're going to do is something called the toothbrush technique. Alright, here we are. So I've got a couple of toothbrushes right here, and I've just got a little pot of white paint. As you can see, it's a pretty cruddy bottle of white paint. You know, usually one of those ones that is dried up. And now we test it out. No good there. Let's add some water to it. But you've always got to test it. Always test it. Now let's take a test. See how she goes. Alright, here we are. And this is our first test. Nope, that's far too much. So, what do? Just get a bit of paper towel, dry it off, and let's take a look. Ah, look at that. Some nice white spray. But look at all those tiny little dots. So now, let's go and get our board. Alright, now that we're getting our board, you'll be able to see it just come to life in mere moments. Here it is. Now, let's just do a little spray on it. Look at that. Stars appearing all over with little to no effort. Isn't that nice? And all you do is just by stretching your finger over a toothbrush, like so. Not too hard. There we go. But that's not all. You can get different colours if you like. I'm just doing some more white here because I didn't think that there was enough. But of course, when you add some, what do? You test it again. Check it out. Make sure that it's not gone too crazy. There we go. We add some more. So, look at that. That's nice. But when you see nebulas out there, that's not how they work, is it? No, sir. So, we're going to try out some different colours with this one. Alright. Let's take a look once we add some different colours to it. All I did was get a very light blue, and my light blue was one of the airbrush paints from Citadel. So, once again, what do? You just get a bit of scrap of cardboard and test it out again. So we just dip it in there, see how it goes. And don't be afraid, try whatever colours you like. So here we go, and we test it out once again. And what do? Just take a bit off, and here we go. Look at that. Bit too much now, so we just dry it off. Just dry it off. Alright, so now let's close out as we're just adding a whole lot of stars to this little nebula. Alright. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. This was how to make a galaxy. Alright, I hope you enjoyed my best Bob Ross impression. Alright, have a good one guys, and keep those brushes wet.